Good morning, everyone. Honorable Dr. Harshvardhan Ji, Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Shri Chaudhary Birendra Singh Ji, Union Minister of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Honorable Professor Ashutosh Sharma Ji, Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Honorable Dr. Arvind Kumar, President, India Water Foundation. Friends, colleagues, delegates, I welcome you all to the two-day national workshop on uses and application of hydrogeomorphological mapping for groundwater prospections and linkages. I now request my honorable colleague, Dr. Arvind Kumar, to welcome the dignitaries by presenting them with the bouquets. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Arvind Kumar. India Water Foundation, a non-profit civil society with special consultative status with EcoSoc, a national key resource center of Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, was tasked by the ministry with the conduction of 12 training programs in 12 states like Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and West Bengal, and which we completed on schedule, and this national workshop is a result of that only. This national workshop has a highly scientific and technological component, and as the day progresses, our experts and trainers will deliberate on it. Our President, Dr. Arvind Kumar, who's also member Meghalaya State Water Resources Council, headed by the Chief Minister Meghalaya, is a renowned water activist, having providing new impetus to the water movement in India by disseminating knowledge on water-related issues with specific emphasis on right to water, right for socially excluded, intersectoral convergence in water sector, and regional water diplomacy. I request my honorable colleague to please come forward to share his thoughts and enlighten us about this workshop. Dr. Arvind Kumar, please.
Shri Dr. Harshvardhan Ji, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Shri Chaudhary Birendra Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of Drinking Water, Sanitation and Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Shri Professor Ashutosh Sharma Ji, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, distinguished participants from the central ministries and state governments, and participants from the national and international agencies, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of India Water Foundation, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this two-day national workshop on application and uses of hydrogeomorphological maps for groundwater prospection and linkages. When the responsibility of conducting training work program on application and use of hydrogeomorphological maps for groundwater prospection in 12 states within the financial year 2015-16, just a span of 3 months actually, was entrusted to us. It seems to be an impossible task to accomplish within the stipulated period. However, the hard work of our team of experts and cooperation of the officials of the Ministry of Drinking Water, Sanitation and state governments, we were successfully, and its result in the national workshop. This training program is designed to upgrade knowledge and skill of the participant to equip them professionally and keep them aligned with the emerging new technologies and innovations on hydrogeomorphological mapping, while intending to augment knowledge and skill on the convergence with other related programs launched at the center and the state levels. This training program is also designed to enhance the capacity of the Communication and Capacity Development Unit, CCDU, State Water and Sanitation Mission, Panchayati Raj institutions, Public Health Engineering Department, NGOs, Community Waste Organization, and Master Trainers. This training program includes major scientific and technology component, which have hitherto remained unutilized owing to exclusive reliance on using the expertise of the Groundwater Board and similar bodies, and neglect of the vast pool of experts available with other ministries like Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Rural Development, and other related departments. While dealing with water sector, this training program strongly emphasizing a development of synergy between central ministries, department, and state government to pool their resources and expertise to deal with the water issues in an environmentally sustainable manner. In conducting this training program at the state level, our major emphasis has been to familiarize the hydrological experts, scientists, and policymakers with the state-of-art scientific technology, expertise, and tool in the water sector. It is also to encourage them to adapt these at the state and local level to deal with the water-related problems. I am hopeful that the presentations from experts and trainees will highlight this aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, increasing use of IRS-generated remote sensing imagery and GIS-based hydrogeomorphological maps by state government in developing groundwater-based rural drinking water supply source, putting up of the source sustainability structure as a groundwater recharge structures under the centrally funded NRDWS scheme of Ministry of Drinking Water supply and sanitation will go a long way in tackling water-related issues in a sustainable manner. The national workshop encourages the participants to share their experience and past practices in the application of use of HGMs for groundwater prospection, leading to the development of drinking water sources and locating sustainability sites as a groundwater recharging sites in diverse complex geo-environments of the government country. The workshop will also deliberate on the outcome of the training program conducted by the IWF in various states on this subject, and also discuss the way forward for summative evolution and training. Excellencies, HGMs have vast untapped potential which has not been fully realized in the view of relationship that exists between hydrogeomorphology and other natural environmental characteristics. Clearly, a multi-pronged strategy is called for to achieve convergence among various programs whereby HGMs could provide necessary RS and GIS-driven thematic map input layer in achieving progress on the linkages to end line impact evaluations consequent upon the completion of such products. Deliberations of this national workshop will also emphasize on the application and use of HGM in other fields such as ecosystem, river restoration, vegetation mapping, estimation of flood prone and the inundated areas, disaster management, etc. This will encourage fostering of convergence and involvement of other user ministries and departments at both center and state levels. We hope this will also encourage appropriate use of HGM-driven use of advanced remote sensing technology. Friends, this workshop brings together representatives of 6-7 central ministries and state government, along with participants from international agencies and the organization and the civil society on the single platform to forge synergy by interacting with each other and share expertise and best practices. The India Water Foundation hopes that the outcome of the deliberations and the discussion of the workshop, which encourage broad-based use of HGMs, in addition in its present use in the developing and implementing rural drinking water supply. I would like to express my gratitude to all the dignitaries, participants, experts from within the country and abroad for the having graced this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. That was quite an insightful address. Now we request Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, to share his thoughts with us.
Honorable Minister Shri Chaudhry Biren Singh Ji, Honorable Minister Dr. Harshvardhan Ji, Dr. Arvind Kumar, officers, scientists, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here, and I must congratulate the conference organizers for this very topical subject for holding a workshop. You see, we keep talking nowadays about interdisciplinary way of doing things, interdisciplinary science. Nothing is more interdisciplinary than water. So if you look at water is life, water is everywhere. Water is what makes economies prosper. Water makes development possible. There is no area of science which does not have water at its center, be it chemistry, biology, physics, material science, anything at all. So our life, of course, revolves around water. And now with increasing water demand and depletion of water resources, it becomes extremely important, as Dr. Arvind Kumar said, is that different ministries get together, different scientists get together, and try to solve the problem of water in a holistic way. Now, like everything else, what we cannot quantify, what we cannot map, we cannot control, we cannot govern, we cannot regulate, we cannot manage. So clearly, mapping of water resources, very accurate mapping of water resources is the need of the hour. And so I'm very glad that we are here together actually looking at that need as a very interdisciplinary activity. Water, like air, does not respect man-made boundaries. So, so water, of course, has international dimensions, be it sharing of river waters, whether it's the groundwater, which cuts across the boundaries of nations, of societies, giving rise to conflicts of different dimensions, the inter-community conflicts, international conflicts, and so on, which would gain intensity in the years to come. So we have to be prepared for conflicts, for battles, maybe even wars. And this becomes very critical for us to understand and manage our water resources and to know how to effectively use them. There was a program launched by the International Hydrological Program of UNESCO in 2000, basically to manage international dimensions of water. Of course, depletion and contamination of water, or surface water in particular, emphasizes the importance of groundwater. So groundwater, of course, is more finite. The recharge of groundwater, understanding the dynamics of recharge is very important. Some of this water has been there for millions of years. It's like here today, gone tomorrow, right? So it takes very long years to recharge groundwater, but because of increased uses and intensity of use, it may well all be gone within this century. So that understanding of where this water is, what is the quality of this water, how to manage it, is of utmost importance, needless to say. I am very glad to see that the workshop is going to focus on water prospection, which includes zonation of groundwater, availability maps, sites for water recharging, such as check dams, subsurface dikes, injection bores, percolation tanks, and also looking at mapping of river morphology, drainage patterns, water bodies, soil salinity, related stuff. What we must, of course, remember, and I want in this workshop for people to consider, that it's not only the quantity of water that we need to map, but also the quality of that water. And quality has many interesting aspects. It depends on well, what use we are going to put this water. Not all water must have the same quality. The drinking water clearly must have a very different quality than agriculture water or water for industrial use and for municipal use and so on. Israel, for example, is managing this water dimension extremely well. So they don't have single pipeline for supplying all kind of water. There is a pipeline, a more limited water supply for drinking, and everything else, you need a secondary quality water, which would serve your needs. So you don't need same amount of purification and so on. You can really recycle the every last drop of water. And some of the societies are able to do it very ably, and we ought to learn from there the best practices about how to manage our resources. I'm happy to tell you that Department of Science and Technology has a strong MOU on water with several countries which are very advanced in their management of water resources. For example, Israel. Hydrogeomorphological maps, as we know, are combinations of rock lithology, landforms, geostructures, drainage, and recharge conditions. Now, how do we prepare these maps? From satellite image analysis. There's the eye in the sky. It must be combined with the ground, the foot soldiers. For example, Survey of India and NETMO. They do ground-based surveys using even UAVs, LiDAR, and stuff like that. So they are prepared with satellite images combined with surveys on topography, geological, geomorphological, and hydrogeological features. But that's not enough. Now the question is, a map actually does not lead to information. It does not lead naturally to knowledge. It does not lead to management practices, development, regulation, and governance. In order for the map to serve all of these purposes, we need thematic layers. So what we need here is the distribution of water. Here is the quality and quantity of water. But superimpose on that population distribution, the industrial distribution, the major users of water, agriculture density, and so on. What kind of crops are distributed where? Are these water-intensive crops? Do they require less water? Do they require more water? Together, with the density, population density, agricultural density, industrial density, and so on. So if we had these maps which are together, then this can be used for management, for development, for governance, for regulation. And so we urgently need maps of that kind, and clearly for that, ministries have to work together. Water is too important to be left to one kind of scientist, one kind of department, one kind of ministry. Water is transboundary substance. So therefore, we ought to work together, and I'm very glad that Dr. Arvind Kumar is involving people from all walks of life, scientists from different backgrounds, and different ministries in order to serve this very noble purpose. What are the key enablers that allow from mapping to management, from data to knowledge? These are, of course, technology. There's a technology dimension. There are policies, for example, integrating the states, that the state pollution control boards must all be on the same page to solve a problem like that of Ganga cleaning. This is not a problem that one organization can do. All the states have to be together, and their best practices have to be the same in order to be able to deal with it. Then, of course, the people's participation is of paramount importance. Needless to say, nothing of this magnitude is possible unless there is strong participation of community, that the feeling that we are in it together and that this is a very serious problem that needs to be solved. In fact, crowdsourcing becomes increasingly important. In fact, if you look at Google Maps, if you look at any of those things, crowdsourcing has played a very important role. If we, for example, give out water sensors at panchayat level, then we empower people to actually check the quality of local water and update the maps. You see, reaching at the grassroots local level, it's not always possible for a large governmental organization. If we do crowdsourcing, we will get there much faster. We must create the awareness and the technology in the hands of people in order for them to be able to do it. With crowdsourcing, this kind of mapping, quantity, quality of water would become a reality much, much faster. And so I think we should brainstorm on how that can be made possible. So I won't take too much time. I have flagged few issues about, well, what is it we need to do? We need to look at the quality and quantity mapping of water. We need to look at its uses, recycling, sustainability aspects. Technology plays an important role. In fact, DST has initiated a water technology mission in 2008, which looks at the issues of availability of water, purification, reuse, and recycling. Pilot trials of technologies of 25 convergent solutions covering 19 water challenges in 14 states has been initiated and shown to be successful from the local perspectives and local needs in tackling the problem of water. There are special problems with Indian water. There is arsenic, there is fluoride, there are pesticides. It's very interesting that if you look at mandates of pollution control boards, the mandate begins with pollution of water and air. But a whole lot of this pollution actually originates somewhere else. It originates with pesticides, which are used in our fields, sometimes in excessive quantities. And eventually, it finds its way in the groundwater, right? So we have to look at the sources of water, sources of the quality of water, sources that affect the quality of water. And we need to have maps of all of these. Not just maps of groundwater, but where is this water coming from? Where is it going? What determines the quality of this water? What are the discharges? What are the recharges? What are the catchments? So we can take appropriate developmental decisions. DST has also done mapping of water quality at Uttarakhand and has created a very comprehensive international state-of-art water lab in that state, capacity building for rainwater harvesting, recharge, and for states and 15 developing countries which are all learning from this experience. There is a serious nexus between water, energy, health, climate, development, and so on. So we must look at these larger dimensions. That is basically after mapping what? See, the major question is that we must address. If we understand this question a little bit, then we create right kind of maps, right? So it is not important only as a larger dimension of the problem, but even for map making. So what are the features in map that would be useful for further use of these maps? We must have that understanding from the beginning in order to do a good job of mapping. Of course, glaciers is another important aspect of overall water issue. There is a lot of work related to glaciers. In fact, Wardia Institute of Himalayan Geology at DST Autonomous Institute does extremely nice work related to glaciology, which is a great source of our water. So I would stop there, and I wish all the participants all the very best in the two-day deliberations that you would have, that you would figure out the water management with advanced tools of technology, of policy, map making. Have a happy workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a very articulate and insightful address, and we completely endorse this fact that not just water quantity, but quality mapping is as important. Now I request Shri Chaudhry Birendra Singh Ji, Honorable Union Minister of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, to please say a few words.
आज की इस भूजल प्राप्त आशा और लिंकेजेस हेतु हाइड्रो जियोग्राफिकल मैप्स पर आप द्वारा आयोजित वर्कशॉप कार्यशाला में उपस्थित हमारे मंत्रिमंडल में साथी डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन, यूनियन मिनिस्टर फॉर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, और इसी मंत्रालय के सचिव प्रोफेसर आशुतोष शर्मा जी और प्रेसिडेंट इंडिया वाटर फाउंडेशन डॉक्टर अरविंद कुमार जी, और यहाँ उपस्थित सभी सीनियर ऑफिसर्स, डेलीगेट्स और एमिनेंट एक्सपर्ट्स और उपस्थित महानुभाव, बहुत खुशी की बात है कि इस तरह की एक वर्कशॉप आयोजित की जा रही है जिसमें मुझे लगता है कि जैसे मैं विजन डॉक्यूमेंट या जो आपकी सोच है फाउंडेशन की, उसमें ये कहा गया है कि 2050 तक दुनिया का जो ये हिस्सा है ये सरप्लस होगा पानी के हिसाब से। एक तो मैं ये कहूँगा कि आपकी फाउंडेशन जो काम कर रही है वो 2050 तक इंतज़ार नहीं कर सकता ये देश और ये दुनिया का ये हिस्सा। इसकी वजह ये है कि जैसे सेक्रेटरी मिस्टर शर्मा ने बताया कि डेंसिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन